Hi everyone! It was June 2002. I was nearing the end of junior kindergarten. I went to school at around noon each day. A tea and bazaar was happening at my local church in the morning, and my mom and I were going to walk over and see the jam, biscuits, and floral wreaths, courtesy of the lovely elderly ladies at the church, before I caught the afternoon bus to school. While waiting for my mom to finish getting ready to head out, I tuned into old reliable Treehouse TV. My little brain remembers what was on very vaguely. I had missed the opening credits, and tuned in halfway through the episode. The show was about miners. They may have been green, or purple, I think. I couldn't discern if they were based on an animal or were a sort of new monster-like creation. There were 3 main characters, I think. I only watched it with great interest for only a few minutes, as Mom summoned me, noting it was time to head out. And for 19 years, I couldn't figure out what the show was. Of course, as a child, you can merge together various memories to create one Frankenstein's monster-like idea that never truly happened. I assumed, as I got older, I had done the latter. It was probably mixing up Round the Bend with Ants in Your Pants, or Eureka's Castle with We Three. That is until March of 2020. I opened up my YouTube app, and the first video that popped up on my feed was a video called The Biddles, Pizza for Breakfast. I audibly gasped. That was it! That was the show I watched that sunny day back in 2002. And so I found it. A memory that I wasn't sure was real. A show about some puppets living far below the pages of a book. The show was called The Biddles.
Turn into words!
Come on now!
Let's sing this song
that you've already heard!
We're the Biddles! We're quite little! We have backs and fronts and middles! We love stories! These creations are made with imagination!
Alright everybody, let's build a book!
In a whimsical world located under the pages of a book live a group of purple creatures known as the Biddles. They are professional book builders and spend their days in a coal mine-like setting called the Biddle Book Building Factory, where they do exactly that, build a book. The books featured in the show are works published by Kids Can Press. Recurring books include works in the Franklin the Turtle series, as well as Elliot Moose. Some episodes fit 2 stories into their nearly half-hour runtime, or one longer story that takes up the whole episode. Episodes available online run between 11 and 27 minutes long, some running as full-length episodes taking the full half-hour block, and some airing for half the usual half-hour block and being companioned with another show. Storybook Video uploaded a majority of the episodes apart from one uploaded by Pixar Man 2001 Obscure Children's TV. The Biddles began airing on YTV Junior, a 6-hour morning programming block on YTV, in 2002. This also happened to be the year that the YTV Junior block ended, and the Biddles subsequently moved to Treehouse TV, where I watched it in the early afternoon of that June day in 2002.
The Biddles! Next on Treehouse!
On some online forums, it seems the Biddles later got placed into the late-night lineup, alongside Ants in Your Pants, We Three, and Nini's Treehouse, all playing after 11 p.m. on weekdays. Therefore, it makes sense why I never saw the show again, as they likely changed its airtime from the morning to the evening soon after its run on Treehouse began. After the run was complete, the show was available on the Treehouse TV app, Treehouse Go, which is no longer available, and sadly, the Biddles episodes are no longer there, of course. However, a substantial amount of episodes have been uploaded to YouTube, Internet Archive, and Dailymotion. The names of the books read in the episodes are featured in the episode title, and all of these books can still be purchased or rented from your local library today. Of course, with many shows, there may be some episodes that are lost. There is no reliable internet source that says how long the series aired or how many episodes. It may have aired on Treehouse TV until 2008, but admittedly, I don't really know. When is the last time you remember watching it? I know I definitely have some viewers who did watch the show, and who are excellent super sleuths when it comes to finding out when things aired. Anyways, The Biddles was created by Michael Decsi and follows the daily work life of 4 Biddles who work in the Biddles book factory. Each character performs a duty that helps build the book, and during each piece of construction, the viewer is revealed the next section of the book, which is read aloud. While the book is being built, the characters experience an issue that is similar to what is occurring in the book of the day. Finishing the build of the book also concludes the character's story arc. The 4 main Biddles are Comma, Lolly, Rocco, and Grump. Many more Biddles mostly appear in the background and during the opening titles. They are just edited together multiples of the Grump puppet, and their job is to help build the letters for the books. Grump is the lead builder Biddle, and speaks on behalf of all the other builder Biddles that look just like him. I'd like to think all the characters in the background are all named Grump as well. Grump is played by Todd Dalderson. The next Biddle is Comma, who works in the word room and inserts the words into the books and discusses interesting words he encounters. He talks about what words mean and finds use for it in everyday life, as well as within the pages of the story he is constructing. He is played by Jeff Sweeney, who you may recognize immediately as the voice of Cush and the longtime voiceover announcer on Treetown and Treehouse TV.
Sad. S-A-D. Sad. Remember to listen closely for today's words.
Lolly, the main female character in the show, is the artist for the books. She is accompanied by many buckets of paint, and of course, is well versed in various forms of visual art. She is played by Julie Lemieux.
Thought it would be fun, but can you stay with me, Comma? Just for a little while?
Rocco is the leader of the Biddles factory and oversees the construction of the books. He often has plans in front of him, and helps encourage the other Biddles to complete their job successfully. He discusses themes of the book, and makes sure everything runs according to schedule. He is played by Todd Dalderson.
Everything seems to be humming along. Looks like this book is ready to go. Stand by. Let's turn the page.
After the successful completion of the book, their workday finishes and they head out. I assume the book is then shipped to a bookstore. A very important part of the show is that it encourages the viewer to question what they are reading, predict what might happen, and discuss their feelings about the book. This can involve both positive and negative feelings. In the book Brenda and Edward, Brenda, who is a dog, gets hit by a car, and the Biddles discuss how sad that was. Thankfully, Brenda ends up being okay, but boy, is that book an absolute roller coaster of emotions, and it is addressed in the Biddles. This is an incredible low-stimulation show for a small child who can get overwhelmed by the flashy animation and quick jump cuts of more modern children's shows. It keeps the viewer's attention and introduces the young viewer on how to analyze the contents of a book. Also, as I clawed my way through the internet to try to find information on the Biddles, I kept encountering what was apparently a spin-off of the show, which was not only talked about more in the Biddles article on the Treehouse TV wiki than the other show, but had an incredibly detailed Treehouse Wikipedia article about it. The show was called Lights, Camera, Action, Biddles, and apparently aired from 2005 to 2012. There are super detailed descriptions of each character, puppeteer, and voice actor, and episode descriptions for all 208 episodes. Of course, this show doesn't actually exist. The article was written by a user named Aiden Prosser, who also put their name down as a co-creator of the spin-off series. Aiden only exists through other fake Treehouse TV articles on the Treehouse TV wiki fandom, and that ultimately seals the fact that this incredibly detailed account of a spin-off show doesn't exist. However, I'm mentioning this because it is very impressive that a little-known show got its very own fan fiction spin-off, considering there is such little information on the original show available online. Anyways, The Biddles is a great way to get engaged in reading, having discussions, learning new words, and inferring about what may happen. Maybe someday the show will become easily accessible in its entirety to the general public, and honestly, I believe it will be, as it's an excellent show, and still beneficial to this day. Because after all, Biddles build books best. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
Rumful lolly good. Rum such a scoundrel. Well, it's quit time. But never forget.
Biddles build books best.
Bye!
We're the Biddles. We're quite little. We have backs and
fronts and middles.